The first one left a footprint in the garden of my youth. The second left a shadow hiding from the truth. But you were the one who finally locked the door and took the keys to places I won't visit anymore. Now the dust is settling on the pictures in the frame, and the silence in the kitchen keeps calling out your name. It's a crowded kind of lonely in this hollowed out space. I see the ghost of number one and the lines across my face, and number two is whispering from the cracks inside the wall. But your absence is the loudest sound of all. I'm just living in the echoes of an empty hall, watching every promise take a header off the wall. 3 times I built a sanctuary, 3 times it came down. Now I'm the only citizen of a ghost-infested town. The footsteps follow me, but there's no one there at all. Just me and the echoes in an empty hall. I used to keep the porch light on, a beacon in the dark. But 3 strikes and the fire's gone, there isn't even a spark. I've memorized the floorboards, which one's creak and which one's moan. An expert at the architecture of being left alone. I don't even check the mirror, I don't recognize the ghost who looks a lot like the person who used to love you most. 1 for the lesson, 2 for the pain, 3 for the desert that'll never see rain. Don't knock on the door, don't ring the bell. There's nothing left in here but a story I can't tell. I'm just living in the echoes of an empty hall, watching every promise take a header off the wall. 3 times I built a sanctuary, 3 times it came down. Now I'm the only citizen of a ghost-infested town. The footsteps follow me, but there's no one there at all. Just me and the echoes in an empty hall. Just echoes. The end of the road, I'm putting down the heavy load in the empty hall. The hallway's loud, but I don't hear a thing. Just the ghost of your laugh and the bell's hollow ring. I'm walking the tiles, staring down at my shoes. In a building of thousands, you're the one I still lose. The locker next to mine is a cold metal door, keeping secrets of us that don't live here anymore. Now there's empty seats in the back of the class where we whispered through hours we hope wouldn't pass. The ink on my desk still spells out your name, but the person who wrote it is never the same. It's a crowded cafeteria, silent goodbye, just a heart-shaped hole under a fluorescent sky. teacher is talking about history and wars, but I'm fighting a battle that's quieter than yours. I look to my left, where you used to sit. Now it's just scattered light and a shadow that's lit. You're 3 rows away, but a million miles gone, tracing lines in a notebook while I'm holding on. We used to be the always, the forever in the hall. Now I'm just another face, leaning against the wall. How do I learn to unlove you in 45 minutes, when every dream that I have has your heartbeat within it? I'm packing my bag, but I'm a little too late. Yeah, the classroom is dark and the hallways are blue, just a room full of empty seats, and one of them's you. I missed the morning seminar, I overlapped the pain. I'm standing at the bus stop, but I'm stepping in the rain. I tried to write a letter, but I couldn't find the ink. I'm spending every credit just to find a way to think. I went to our old table, but I sat in the wrong chair, looking for a ghost that isn't even really there. It feels like everything I do is wrong since you've been gone. I'm singing out a rhythm and I'm waking up at dawn. I'm failing every subject, I'm tripping on the floor. I'm knocking on the window when I should be at the door. The university is spinning and I'm losing every clue, because everything I do is just a way of missing you. I try to make new friends tonight, but I forgot their names. I'm playing all the records that we used to call our claims. I took the long way home just to avoid the library light, but I ended up on your street in the middle of the night. I'm wearing summer clothes while the winter starts to bite. I can't even get the simple things to turn out right. Is there a makeup exam for a heart that skipped a beat, or a map for all these dead ends on this lonely campus street? I'm highlighting the wrong lines in a book I'll never pass, just a shadow of a student in a broken looking glass. It feels like everything I do is wrong since you've been gone. I'm singing out a rhythm and I'm waking up at dawn. I'm failing every subject, I'm tripping on the floor. I'm knocking on the window when I should be at the door. The university is spinning and I'm losing every clue, because everything I do is just a way of missing you. Ooh, everything I do, wrong turn, wrong time, trying to find a reason in a life without a rhyme. I'm still reaching for a hand that isn't there. Everything I do The hallway's like an ocean, and I'm gasping for some air. Walking past the locker where you used to brush your hair. The bell rings like a silent, but I can't hear the sound. I'm just watching all my classmates with my head held on the ground. We were supposed to graduate, hands held in the sun. Now I'm sinking in the memories of everything we've done. And I'm starting to drown in the middle of the hall, watching all the pictures that is peering off the wall. The water's rising high with every gust of fin. I'm reaching for a shoreline that I know is gonna end. You're moving like a current while I'm just sinking down in this high school heart of mine. I'm starting to drown. In chemistry, I'm staring at the seat that's empty now. Trying to keep my head up, but I don't quite know how. The ink is writing on the notes I never got to send. A liquid blue reminder of a love I couldn't end. I see you by the water fountain, laughing like you're free, while the waves of what we used to be are crashing over me. Save me, but let me go under for the night. I'm tired of the chatting, and I'm tired of the fight. The library is quiet, but the storm is in my head. I'm suffocating on the words that we never even said. I'm starting to drown in the middle of the hole, watching all the pictures of us kneeling off the wall. The water's rising higher with every gust of fin. I'm reaching for a shirt, but I know it's gonna end. You're moving like a current, I'm just sinking down in this high school heart of mine. I'm starting to drown. The final breath is mournful, like I'm deep beneath the sea. I'm looking for a life raft, but there's nothing there for me. Just bubbles in the dark, just a flicker of a spark before I drown. The stadium lights are flickering out on the campus quad. I'm walking the hollow ground where we used to talk to God, but tonight I'm just talking to a bottle of wine under the neon buzz of a liquor store sign nearby. I'm checking out DMs, tracing the blue bubbles, trying to drown out the echoes of all our university troubles. I'm drinking to disappear, drinking to fade into the shadows of every mistake that we made. One shot for the freshman year and the innocence lost. Two for the future, and we're losing you cause. The room is spinning, but I'm standing still, swallowing the bitterest pill. I'm blurring the edges until the memory is clear. I'm just drinking to disappear. The student union bar is a funeral pyre for the academic dreams we set on fire. You're probably sipping wine in a high-rise tonight while I'm blacking out under the basement light. I see your handwriting on my old notebooks between the unpaid bills and the long cold looks. Is it alcoholism or just graduating too fast? Trying to hold on to a shattered past. The label is peeling, the glass is thin, just like the patience of the skin I'm in. So pour another one, let the static begin. I'm losing the battle from deep within. The lights are dimming, the world is near, and I'm finally drinking to disappear. Drinking to disappear. I check the call log, saw a name I used to trust. Now the gold we spent years building is turning into rust. To you were my steady anchor. He was a brother of my soul. But you played a game of whispers and I lost all control. I'm standing in the kitchen, hearing laughter through the wall. The sound of my two favorites watching my whole kingdom fall. How do I mourn the lover who walked out the door? When the friend who should be grieving with me isn't here anymore. It's a double-edged goodbye, a blade that cuts both ways. I lost my future in your eyes and the ghost of better days. One hand held my heart, the other held my hand. Now I'm sinking in the middle of a shifting desert sand. You took the love I gave you, you took the loyalty we had. It's a double-edged goodbye and it's driving me half mad. Do you tell him all the secrets that I whispered in your ear? Does he tell you that he's sorry while he keeps you standing near? I'm searching for a sanctuary, a place to hide the pain. But the person I would run to is the one who brought the rain. I lost my moon and stars at once. The sky is hauntingly black, and there's a serrated signature carved deep into my bed. If it was just a stranger, I could find a way to heal. But this is a different kind of theft, a different kind of steal. You traded my devotion for a moment in his arms, and he traded 10 years of forever for your temporary charms. It's a double-edged goodbye, a blade that cuts both ways. I lost my future in your eyes and the ghost of better days. One hand held my heart, the other held my hand. Now I'm sinking in the middle of a shifting desert sand. You took the love I gave you, you took the loyalty we had. It's a double-edged goodbye and it's driving me half mad. Two empty chairs at the table, two shadows walking away. I lost my world in a single night, and there's nothing left to say. Just a double-edged goodbye. held the door open and invited you in, never knowing that losing was how you would win. I told you his weaknesses, his hopes and his fears. I trusted you with the salt of my tears. You were the mirror where I saw my own face, but you were just waiting to take over my place. Now the seat in his car isn't empty for long, and I'm just a melody in a forgotten song. It's a nightmare built from a beautiful theme. I'm waking up cold from the double-crossed dream. The two pillars I leaned on have crumbled to dust, buried under the weight of a stolen trust. You took my always and made it your now, while I'm left wondering when and just how. My heart was the target and you held the bow. Now I've got two people I no longer know. Talk about me when the lights are down low. Does he kiss you the way that he wouldn't let go? I'm grieving a friendship and the love in one breath, a silence that feels like a living death. I'm scanning our messages, looking for signs, reading the daggers between all the lines. I was your sister and he was my world. Now I'm just the wreckage that you two unfurled. One of you promised to love me till the end. The other one promised to be my best friend. But promises are cheap when the heart wants to stray, and you both found the price that you were willing to pay. Two pillars I leaned on have crumbled to dust, buried under the weight of a stolen trust. You took my always and made it your now, while I'm left wondering when and just how. My heart was the target and you held the bow. Now I've got two people I no longer know. Follows the storm, yeah, double-cross street. Just a ghost in the ski. I'm standing by the locker bank, where the blue paint's chipped and dry, watching the blurred faces as the first bell starts to cry. You're wearing his varsity jacket, the one with the golden thread, while I'm suffocating on the heavy words we never actually said. I saw you adjust his collar by the cafeteria door, casual kind of intimacy that isn't mine anymore. The bell is a siren that calls me to a war between the person I was and the nothing at the door. I'm holding my breath as the hallway starts to thin. Please don't speak, 'cause it hurts too much to hear the voice that used to whisper, I'll always be right here. I know what you're thinking, I don't need your reasons. Why don't tell me it's over with a beautiful hollow lie. Our history is shattering like the library glass, just another stranger shuffling your next period class. the textbook until the ink began to bleed, hiding every single thing that I no longer need. Then he rested his arm on the back of your blue chair, and I felt the final heartbeat of what was never there. It's a screaming silence in a crowded hall, watching our forever hit a brick built wall. Don't say you're sorry, don't say you care, when you're already leaving and I'm still standing there. Please don't speak, 'cause it hurts too much to hear the voice that used to whisper, I'll always be right here. I know what you're thinking, I don't need your reasons. Why don't tell me it's over with a beautiful hollow lie? Our history is shattering like the library glass, just another stranger shuffle into your next period class. Yeah, it's a quiet kind of torture, a miserable streak. So please don't speak. Sun's going down, the parking lot's bare. I'm breathing in the hollow point air. Don't speak, just go. Baby, know what I need to know. Quietly, don't speak. I'm waking up to coffee, you're winding down with wine. I'm chasing after morning, you're at the finish line. I check the world clock on my desk, a ritual of pain to see if your sky's sunny while I'm standing in the rain. We're studying the same books, but 1,000 worlds apart, and no curriculum can fix a geographic heart. I'm reaching for my phone again, but it's 4 a.m. for you. Just another silent hour that I have to struggle through. We're in different time zones, but it's the same old day, counting down the hours for a heart that's bound to break. You're living in tomorrow, I'm stuck in yesterday, watching every I love you slowly drift away. The world keeps spinning faster, pulling at the thread of the same ghost in my heart and the same ghost in my bed. The campus feels like a museum of what we used to be. I walk past our old lecture hall and see a ghost of me. You're talking about the local sights, the streets I've never seen, while I'm just a blurry face upon a glowing laptop screen. I'm proud of where you're going, but I hate where I am left. A scholar of your absence, a master of the theft. They say that absence makes the heart grow fonder for a while, but they don't mention how it feels to forget your lover's smile. To have to schedule intimacy and plan for every spark, until we're just two satellites drifting in the dark. We're in different time zones, but it's the same old day, counting down the hours for a heart that's bound to break. You're living in tomorrow, I'm stuck in yesterday, watching every I love you slowly drift away. The world keeps spinning faster, pulling at the scrolling through the timeline of a life I used to lead. Past the comments and the captions that I no longer need. There's a hole in every photo where my shoulder used to be. Like it took a digital eraser to the very soul of me. I introduced you at that party, said he's the best man that I know. Now I'm watching from the sidelines as you let my memory go. The lights are all shift and the tags are all gone. I'm a ghost in a static before the new dawn. He's clicking save on the everyone's bill, while I'm drowning in the silence and the weight of his guilt. I'm being deleted from the memories we made, watching every shit moment start to flicker and fade. He's hitting refresh on the heart that was mine, rewriting the history line by agonizing line. The person I thought was the one with the key to locking the door and forgetting about me. I'm just a broken link, a file you don't need, deleted from the memories and left here to be. Does he tell you that he saw you when he's sweeping in my spot? Does he keep the secrets that he swore he never plied? It's a cold kind of cruelty when a friend takes the lead and plants a different harvest from a love I sowed a seed. You're clearing the cache of the years that we spent like us was just a mistake that you didn't really mean. Is there a trash bin for the promises we smoke, or do they just vanish like a thin trail of smoke? He didn't just take you, he took my past too. Now there's no version of me that belongs next to you. System error, file not found. I'm just a hollow echo in sound. Empty the folder, clear out the space until there isn't a single trace of me. Yeah, I've been deleted. I'm scrolling through the timeline of a life I used to lead. I'm scrolling through the timeline of the life I used to lead. I'm scrolling through the timeline, scrolling through the I'm scrolling through the timeline, scrolling through the I'm scrolling through the I'm scrolling through I'm scrolling through the I'm scrolling through the timeline. 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 I'm scrolling through the timeline too. I see your face on the LinkedIn feed, glowing and bright while I'm staring at the neon signs in the middle of just a ghost in the commencement you forgot. I'm back at the quad where we swore we'd be true, but the billboard above me doesn't mention you. Now I'm dancing on my own billboard, high above the street, trying to find a rhythm to the breaking of my heartbeat. I'm the headliner of a tragedy, a star in a lonely show, watching the city lights from the valley down below. You've got your big city dreams and your corporate tie, while I'm dancing on a billboard under an empty sky. The Alumni Association keeps calling my name, but without you in the picture, it all feels so tame. I used to be your backup singer, your shadow, your light. Now I'm just a glitch in the digital display tonight. I'm most likely to succeed in the yearbook we signed, but I'm failing the test of leaving you behind. If the coders look up, will they see the tears in my eyes, or just the advertisement for a life full of lies? I'm projecting my sadness in 4K resolution, searching for a closure that has no solution. So keep your promotion and your high-rise view. I'll stay here on the scaffolding, still waiting for you. Just a one-man show on a lonely highway route, dancing on my billboard until the lights go out. I'm looking for your ghost in every man I meet, searching for a steady hand to help me find my feet. But I only find the jagged edges, the ones that feel like home, the kind of love that leaves you standing in the rain alone. I've got a blueprint for a house that's built on empty air, searching for a sorry that was never really there. They call it daddy issues, like it's just a little flaw, like a crack in the window or a break in the a hunger in the marrow, it's a fever in the blood. It's trying to build a garden in the middle of a flood. I'm chasing down a shadow that's 1,000 of the maybe. I'm a student of the gone. I keep waiting for the sunset when I'm standing in the dawn. I crave the kind of silence that you used to give away, and I run from any kindness that might actually stay. Every time a door shuts, I'm that girl of 6 or 7, wondering if the ladder reaches all the way to heaven. Is it my fault I'm a puzzle with a dozen missing parts? Or is it just the heritage of cold and broken hearts? I'm tired of the labels, I'm tired of the shame, of carrying the burden of a man without a name. It's not an issue, it's a scar. It's not a habit, it's just who we are. I'm still waiting, I'm still here. Watching you walk by with that effortless grin and the light in your eye. I've got 1,000 words tethered to my tongue, but I'm just a foolish heart way too young. You're talking to him like the world's perfectly fine, while I'm over here shaking on the sideline. I'm just a background character in your favorite scene, caught in the heavy space in between. The bell is a siren that calls me away from the only person I wanted to stay. I'm drowning in crowds and fading to blue just because I'm not enough for you. It's just a crush, but it's crushing my chest, giving my poor heart no time to rest. It's a weight in my backpack, a hole in my soul, a story where I never have any control. I'm wishing on lockers and open for signs. but I'm just a ghost in the hallways of youth. You looked right at me, but didn't see through to the millions of ways that I'm making for you. Is it love? Is it nothing? Is it all in my head? I'm dying to know, but I'm better off dead than to face the rejection, to hear you say no. So I'll keep it a secret and watch you go. It's just a crush, but it's crushing my chest, giving my poor heart no time to rest. It's a weight in my backpack, a hole in my soul, a story where I never have any control. I'm wishing on lockers and hoping for signs, but I'm running out of ink on these broken lines. Yeah, it's a heavy kind of rush, living in the shadow of a crush. One more day, one more bell, keep the secret I'll never tell. Just a crush, just a ghost. You don't know I love you the most. The student union is buzzing. It's a Friday afternoon, but I'm out of rhythm, I'm playing out of tune. Students are laughing over cheap lattes and exams, while I'm just trying to remember who the hell I am. I see your favorite table by the panoramic glass, and I lower my head so I don't have to see you pass. It's a crowded room, but a quiet heart, watching the social world tearing me apart. 1,000 voices rising like a tidal wave, but I'm standing in the silence of a love we couldn't save. They're all making plans for where they're gonna go, while I'm stuck in a semester from a year ago. The bulletin board is covered in flyers and dreams, but my future is splitting at the seams. I hear a joke that we used to find funny and sweet, coming from a stranger just 3 rows from my seat. I'm surrounded by people, I'm surrounded by life, but your absence is cutting like a serrated knife. I could shout your name until the rafters shake, but it wouldn't fix a single thing we had to break. The white noise is deafening, the lights are too bright. I'm just a ghost in the middle of the day, so I'll pack up my laptop, I'll walk out the door, because I don't belong in this crowd anymore. In the quiet heart, that's where the real world starts. The bell rings like a hammer against a hollow chest. I'm leaning on the lockers, trying my best to blend into the beige of these cinder block walls, while the echo of your laughter fills the cafeteria halls. You're wearing his jersey, the one that should have been mine, and I'm just a shadow stepping out of the line. I wrote your name in the steam on the library glass and watched it disappear as you walked to your class. I'm a ghost in a hoodie, a blur in the frame. You look right through me, you've forgotten my name. I'm shouting in silence, I'm falling apart in a building full of people with a hole in my heart. I'm in a crowded hallway, but I've got a lonely heart, watching every single piece of us drift slowly apart. You're the sun in the center, I'm the cold outer space, just a stranger with a haunted look on my face. 2,000 people pushing past my side, but I'm the only one with nowhere to hide. Yeah, it's a noisy kind of silence that's tearing me apart in this crowded hallway with a lonely heart. I saw you at your locker, the one next to 402, where I used to wait for a second with you. Now there's a new lock and a new set of keys, and I'm shaking like the leaves on the old oak trees. The janitor's sweeping up torn up notes while I'm suffocating on the words in our throats. Maybe if I dropped my books or made a scene, maybe if I wasn't caught somewhere in between the person I was and the nothing I've become, would you finally see the damage you've done? I'm in a crowded hallway, but I've got a lonely heart, watching every single piece of us drift slowly apart. You're the sun in the center, I'm the cold outer space, just a stranger with a haunted look on my face. 2,000 people pushing past my side, but I'm the only one with nowhere to hide. Yeah, it's a noisy kind of silence that's tearing me apart in this crowded hallway with a lonely heart. The final bell rings, the crowd pushes past, I'm the only one left, watching you go last. Crowded hallway, empty soul, losing control. Lonely heart. The playground's frozen in a gray afternoon, while the swings hum a low, lonely tune. I'm sitting on the edge of the pavement we shared, trying to breathe in the cold, heavy air. The chalk on the ground is starting to fade, just like the promises that we both made. Now I'm just a concrete angel with a broken wing, waiting for a song that you'll never sing. The world keeps moving, the school bus rolls by, but I'm stuck in the static of a hollow goodbye. Bye. Buried under secrets and the weight of the stone. A heart made of glass. quite keep. I see your silhouette by the old trophy case, but it's just a trick of the light on your face. You walk in the halls with a smile that's a lie, while I'm a ghost in the crowd, just drifting on by. They say that the hard ground is meant to be strong, but I've been face down for way too long. How do I rise when the weight of the earth is turning to ashes and settling to dust? So leave me here on the blacktop floor. I don't wanna feel this weight anymore. Just a concrete angel in a lonesome yard, watching you leave. God, it's so hard. It's so hard. The kettle whistles, but I let it scream. It's the only sound that breaks this hollow dream. I set 2 cups like I always do, one for the ghost of what was left of you. They say the 3rd time is the golden light, the one that finally makes the wrong things right. But the steam has vanished and the air is thin, and I'm just a house where the cold crept in. Now it's just cold tea and quiet rooms, watching the shadows weave their lonely looms. I've walked this road twice, thought I knew the way, but the 3rd light flickered and it turned to gray. No more forever, no more me and you, just the bitter taste of a love falling through. The silence is heavy, the walls start to lean in the quietest house that I've ever seen. I saved the best of me for this last try, kept the embers burning, kept the spirit high. But 3 strikes in and the game feels rigged. The hole in my chest is getting far too big. You left your book on the nightstand shelf, now it's just a mirror of my broken self. The tea's grown to skin, a film of regret for the promises made that haven't been met. 1 was a lesson, 2 was a scar, but 3 is the one that went much too far. I'm out of wishes, I'm out of belief, just a tired soul looking for some relief. The porcelain's freezing against my palm in this terrifying, suffocating calm. With my cold tea and quiet rooms, watching the shadows weave their lonely looms. I've walked this road twice, thought I knew the way, but the 3rd light flickered and it turned to gray. No more forever, no more me and you, just the bitter taste of a love falling through. The silence is heavy, the walls start to lean in the quietest house that I've ever seen. The cup is full, but the heart is drained. Nothing but the echoes of the love we feigned, just cold tea and quiet rooms. Maybe I'm just meant for the glue.